I was born in South Africa to an Orthodox Jewish family. Moved out here when I was 8 and then moved back when I was 15, came back out when I was 17 on my own and decided that I was going to make a go of it. Became addicted to methamphetamine when I was 17 years old, and I got married for the first time when I was 19. The night he tried to strangle me, I left. Got clean and sober when I was 22 and became very responsible and very successful. Went to school at the University of Miami where I became addicted to cocaine, then returned to California and started working in the restaurant business again, which is very drug and alcohol infested, and worked with a woman who knew that I had a previous addiction to meth, and she got me re-addicted to methamphetamines, and for the next 2.5 years my life went downhill drastically. I finally quit the restaurant job and got into doing music videos. I used to be a hip-hop dancer, worked with Nelly, 50 Cent, all the Eminem, all the big names, and actually got to work with 50 Cent and got to work on his movie Get Rich or Die Trying. Got involved in the movie industry. I just never thought that I was pretty, I never thought that I was skinny enough, and I was obsessed with the way that I looked, and drugs helped that in my eyes. And so eventually I met my now husband, and we ended up here in Los Angeles where I'd been working on a set during the month of July, which is when we cleaned up our act, and then got offered another part in a major motion picture, and so we moved up here for my career. And basically, after being up here for about a week, I was pregnant, but know that I can't have children, I can't carry to term. But I didn't realize that I was probably pregnant with twins, and ended up miscarrying on the set. Almost bled to death. They had to rush me to the emergency room. They would not let my fiance drive me from the set, Warner Brothers set, to St. Joseph's Hospital, which is about a mile away, because they were scared I was going to flatline. I'd lost so much blood, I had no blood pressure. So after going through all of that, we re-examined our basic life. Where are we going? What are we going to do? And I took some time off from work and decided the entertainment industry was not healthy for me. All of this time I wasn't working, had time on my hands. What am I going to do? So if you've ever Googled what's my life purpose, purpose-driven life and the bridge between God and Christ comes up all the time. Well, I didn't believe I was a sinner. I had nothing to do with Christ. So I kept searching, and I kept thinking every time I was reading these articles about what this guy was telling Jason at work. And finally one day I decided to actually read what was on these websites, and it just made sense. It just made sense that Christ was the next step. It was the continuation in the story of the Jews. So one day I just said the sinner's prayer at home off this website, and literally the weight of the world felt like it was lifted off my shoulders. I'd never felt peace like this in my entire life. And going through trying to be perfect and trying to be skinny and trying to be the one that everybody loved, I'd never felt peace like this in my life. We ended up here at Montrose Church with not only amazing people, but people who were willing to feed me and us spiritually. And more importantly, people who prayed for us and weren't afraid to tell us that they were praying for us and knew what we were going through. And you know, Diane Reinhardt, we would go to Fireside Chat, and all the time, I'm praying for you. If we had any questions, we could just ask her, and she had what we wanted. And Martha Paz, and just these people who reached out to us every week. Come on in, get some coffee, do this, do that. Any questions, ask us. I've never felt so welcomed into a family. We felt like we belonged to a family, in a community. I'd always wanted that. I wanted to feel like I belonged to a family. I'd been so messed up for so long. And coming here, I really felt like I belonged to not just a family, but a community. And there were people that we could talk to and ask questions, and we didn't feel like we were stupid for, oh, that's such a basic question. How could you even ask that? We give back to this church. We try to do as much work as we can here because we feel like we get so much more when we give. We think that we're going to help out the church, and we end up getting more back than we ever could have imagined. And we feel really connected here. And that's why we come every week. And I have the most amazing husband in the world. I just have to say that.